Bikuti here again. So welcome to my tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you once again how you can analyze design as a newbie. Let's say you're just venturing into graphic design, or you're just wondering how they did some certain designs. Maybe you don't really understand how it was being done. That's what I'm basically going to do here. I'm going to analyze how this design was being done. Disclaimer: I was not the one who designed this particular flyer. I just saw it online. I saw it on Pinterest and it caught my attention, so I feel like let me just pick it up and analyze for someone who is just coming into graphic design and doesn't know how to go about it. So I'm going to be analyzing this design based off my own understanding. It might be different from how the person did it initially, or how the person did it, but based on my own experience and how I feel I can do it if I was the one to do it. Okay, so I hope you really learn something here. If you're a newbie, it will really help you, because this is just for absolute beginners. Absolutely. Alright, so first of all, coming up with this kind of design, it might be a little bit difficult to just come up with the idea, but like I used to say, the more you visit people's design, the more you get used to how designs comes. So now for this particular design, this could be maybe A5, this could be maybe A4, as the case may be. If it's going to be on a print, probably maybe the person needs, it might be A5. Anyways, that's not what I'm about to do here. So I'm about to analyze every of this design and how the person probably came up with it, so that if you want to do something like that, you know what to do. Alright, follow me, let's dive deeper. Now, first of all is to get this. You can always download it online. That's this particular background. I really don't know the name, but you can just see maybe a wooden background or a wooden whatsoever. You get something like this, anything wooden. So that's the first thing to get. Then this probably maybe you can also search for it online. I don't know, you can search like maybe a local dish or a local whatsoever. You can get it online. So that's the first thing. Then this is like a chili. Then this is like a tomato, right? This is the slice of a tomato. Then this is just a leaf, all these veggies and the likes. That's it here. This is an onion. This is an onion. So now this is just like a chopped tomato or pepper or green pepper or green bean whatsoever. That's it you have here. Okay, so now I'm going to analyze it based off my own experience. Like I said, first of all, if you look at it, you see that there is a texture on this particular background. There's a texture. It might be that it was created. You can obviously you can create a texture by yourself, like a pattern kind of. You can create it by yourself, or maybe the background, as the image itself, this white has the texture by himself. Maybe it was downloaded online or something that has this texture by himself. That's the first thing. Now, so after you have this particular wooden background here, then a text was placed on it, and if you look at this text, you see that it seems like it was written on the wood by itself. So there are different ways of achieving this. Different ways. You can just type it and turn it to multiply, turn the blend mode to multiply, then it appears like this. It is possible like that. So that's another thing. So then after that, there was a background, a shadow, right? There was a shadow around here, around this area. There was a shadow there. That's what makes it look a little bit darker. Then this particular one also has a shadow. And how do you create this shadow? there are different ways of creating the shadow. You can just come here and pick up a shape, click like this, then pick up like maybe what's it called, an ellipse, then you can just draw it like this. Obviously it's gonna pick the color that you have here. You can change it to black if you so wish. Obviously it's gonna be black because that's what the color should be. So you click on, then if you notice, you will see that it's a little bit faint. So what you do is just come to filter, then come to like blur, come to like Gaussian blur. You can either rasterize or convert to smart object, whichever you want, still goes well. So then you increase it, yeah, so then you have it like this. So that's how that was achieved. So that's how that was achieved actually. Then if you look closely, you will see that, okay, so that's it. Then the texts were written like this. Then if you look at this, there was a background before the naira or whatever, before the amount was written. Now if you come to this particular one, it's quite easy. You just have a shape here, you draw your shape. Obviously you don't have any curve here, so the curve will be on 0. So the curve will be on 0. Then you duplicate this particular one. Once you duplicate, you reduce it a little bit, and that's how they got the size for here. So once you reduce it a little bit, then you clip mask your food inside of it, and you have something like this. Then you give it a drop shadow by double clicking. Then you go to drop shadow, you give it a drop shadow. You can decide to change the direction to whichever direction you want. Then you have something like this. So you just duplicate the whole one, this whole one, place it here, turn it other way around, like just rotate it a little bit, put in another image, duplicate again, turn it other way around, put in another image, and that's how this was achieved. Okay, like I said, I was not the one who designed it, but I just feel like if I was going to do it, that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm just analyzing it so that in case you want to do something like that, then you know your next line of action. So now this particular one could be a brush. Most of the time it could be a brush, or it could be that that's for this particular black background. It could be a brush, because I have a brush like that. It is called tone paper or paper tone. I don't know, like the paper that is being torn, that you tear. So that's the name of the brush. So you can, it's either you use it or you download it as or you download a background that is a PNG that has no background, more like a paper or whatever. Then you can use it and just place at this edge, change the color. Now these onions, if you look at it, is a little bit blur, so come to filter, give it a blur. Maybe you can try different kind of blurs there, then you achieve whatever you want to achieve. Same thing goes to this. It was blurred, then this also, then this was blur as well. This wasn't blur, this wasn't blur, this was blurred, this chili also was blur. Now, so if you look at this closely, there's a kind of lightning. So it could be a background that was just, clip masked inside of this place, and that's what makes it look like this. So it could be a background. Then I feel like the person also gave it a noise, gave the whole stuff a noise, and that's why you have some like a crunchy feel on the background. So yeah, basically that's all what the person did. And yeah, this tomato was also blurred. So yeah, basically that's it. So in case you're a newbie and you see something like this, you're confused on how the person did it, Probably that's how the person did it, and by the time you are able to analyze this design, you'll be able to come up with this same design exactly like this, or almost a look-alike of this particular design. I hope this really helps. So if you're just coming on to, or you're just seeing my video for the first time, please hit up the subscribe button. If it resonates with you, hit up the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and I'll be dropping more tutorials on graphic design, UI UX design, and data analysis as I proceed. So if it sounds like something you really love, please ensure you subscribe, okay? And I see you on the other one. Thank you.